everyone, Paul the Scale Modeler. Welcome to what I hope to be a regular feature on the ISM channel. Now, I've done videos like this before. We're going to call this At the Bench, so ATB. I've done videos like this before on my own channel, only a few, just as testers to see how they go, or how well they were received, and they went down okay. So, what this is going to be is a 5, 10, 15 minute video on the progress of a build. So, basically, what's going on at my bench. Hopefully Lee will do some as well. We'll see what's going on at his, because Lee's modelling quite a lot lately, which is nice to see. So what we'll try and do is a bit late for this one, is when I pick a kit to build, I'll review it first. Then we'll have the in progress, so important stages of the build like this, the fuselage all together and buttoned up. To me, that's quite an important step. We'll come along different progresses, so next time this will be probably as it's in primer or ready for primer, and then paint and so on and so forth. And then we'll come back at the end and show it complete. Now we'll have a show complete in a separate video, or I'll just show it complete on my section of the news show which covers my monthly builds, because I don't want to do it twice and that's what will happen otherwise. So you get the review, in progress and comments and how it's gone together, and then the finished article as well. So we're going to call, like I say, we're going to call it At the Bench. So that's that. So what have I got at the minute? F-16, there's a SIG started on the forum on International Scale Modeler, Fighting Falcons F-16 SIG. Big fan of the F-16, and even though I built 2 of them before Christmas for showpieces at Telford, I thought it's a SIG I've got to take part in. Love the SUFA, wanted a SUFA for a while. So when I got myself the Kinetic kit, I bought a few others as well. I bought the Break, is it Briquette? The other SUFA style one, the twin-seater. And I also sourced the Academy 132 version as well, which looks a stunning kit. Bought this, opened it up, looked at the cockpit, thought, oh, it's a bit dire, I'll order some aftermarket for it. So I ordered a resin cockpit from Hannon's. You've probably seen the farce I had with them on the news show, which is, and also shown on Facebook, which got remedied in the end by me getting a refund after 7 weeks. I cancelled the order, sent it back to them, and ordered from elsewhere. It arrived, and without major surgery, there was no way in the world it was going in this easy. So I thought, right, absolutely gutted after waiting that long. Thought, right, we'll use some of the components of the cockpit, the resin ones. We used the seats, the head-up displays, chopped all the fuselage to bits, get it all in. Seats wouldn't fit, head-up display just looked weird. So I almost literally threw it in the bin. I thought, I've had enough. Absolutely sapped Mojo on this. Put it away. I even got a Tamiya F-16 out and started that, and it was niggling away at me. I thought, nope, I've got to build it. So, like I say, I've got another twin-seater version which shares this same sprue, because this is different coloured, as you can see. We're like 3 different colours of plastic on this thing. So I had this this sprue on another kit. So I basically nicked out the other kit, and I'll deal with that other kit at a later date. Probably try and get the resin cockpit in it and start it afresh. So we're going with complete kit cockpit. We're going from resin, we're going right back to the kit cockpit, which it's okay. It's not great. I was going to have a canopy open with this. I might stick a couple of pilots in. I've got some spare Tamiya F-16 pilots, because the seats are dire, there's no harnesses, the detail's not great. The cockpit itself, the surface detail, it's not too bad. I've done the best I can. I've got a little chip of paint there with the seats taking it out. The head-up displays. It's okay. It's not great at all. And the seats are just awful. I've done the best job I can on them. But basically, I just want to get these in. Once you get the pilots in, you won't see much of it at all. So yeah, that was over probably a couple of nights doing the cockpit. So we painted it all up, picked out the buttons, we put a wash in there, dry brushed it, and it's okay, it's passable. Like I say, once you get the pilots in, then we get the canopy on, you're not going to see that much of it anyway. So that's that. So that was a bit of a farce. Lee's building the Top Falcons, the Edward kit, which is another Kinetic kit, and for all intents and purposes, it's a very similar kit. I think we just got a slightly different front end. Lee warned me that this thing needed clamping to hell, and he was right. And it was over the space of 2 nights, a good few hours, probably about 10 hours in total. I sat and clamped. If you watch the hangout, you'll see me doing it. I clamped each piece and glued it, and then moved on to the next bit, and in the end I was left with a huge massive bulge this side here, which I had to clamp, sorry, that side, my bad, this side, I had to clamp the living crap out of it and slowly tack weld it almost along with Tamiya Extra Thin. Now, what I have been left with, and it actually looks like a gap, it's a tiny step just there. And other than that, everywhere else, although again it does look like there's a gap, there's no gap there. It's a smooth, apart from the step down off the plastic, it's smooth. So absolutely made up with that, no real drama at all. The front's not too bad, the only visible side seam has been dealt with okay. I mean, we'll double check it when we primer it. Once you get these panels on the front, that covers the seam at the front. All along the side, the wing roots are covered by the front leading edges, so that's great. The seam here is covered by this too, so that's not a problem. Right around the back, again, the ailerons cover all this. Don't focus. And underneath where the plastic joins go, no problem at all there. It's absolutely spot on. Now, the only place I thought I would need filler was here. But again, the ailerons, which I'll get to these in a minute because these are awful. Once it's on, I'm going to try and show you. Once they're in place, they cover that gap. So no problem there either. And even along the back, which is the trickiest part of the Tamiya kits, along here, I'd say it's actually gone together better than a Tamiya kit. Flawless where those two parts join. Absolutely amazing. Short work of our sanders. I used a grey 220, the black, and then the buffer, and as you can see, I've really gone to town with this buffer. That thing's quite old now, and going to town on all these sharp edges has absolutely given it a right good seam too. Along the back, by the air brakes, we've got a gap there, but the elevators clip right in there by two little plugs, as you can see, just in there. And again, they're going to cover all that seam, but I might just give a little bit of CA glue along the back of there as a little bit of filler for it, just to double check it. And again, other than that, absolutely great. Where the exhaust goes in, this was a separate part, and again, that's gone in flawlessly. I really am happy with how that's gone. Lurie landing gears in, got the front intake and landing gear to go in as well. Well, how that's going to look, I've got no idea at all. Hopefully it's going to line up, because to me, that piece looks like it's sticking a little bit too far forward. We'll find out when we get to it, and we'll deal with it there. I'll add some nose weight to this. Definitely. I don't know if Lee did, I can't remember if he did or not. And I just need to touch up some of the black around the canopy where my clamps have been. Because if you've seen the pictures on Facebook or the forum, this thing was clamped to absolute hell. So yeah, a little bit of nose weight, so just PVA glue, watered down ever so slightly, a bit of mixed, split fishing shot in there. Job done. For the super glue on the back, I've been lately using talc. This is actually baby powder or cocaine, as I showed on my bench the other week mucking about. Mix a small amount of that with some CA glue. I like the Bob Smith Instacure, the purple one. Mix it in. It dries within seconds with this stuff. It's awesome, and it dries rock hard, and it's easy to sand with it. So a little bit of talc with your super glue. It's a very, very old trick, old school modelling, dead simple. But yeah, other than that, no problems at all. It's been not too challenging to build, just taking my time on certain parts. So the next step is going to be, oh yeah, the other thing I need to show you, the ailerons. Why they've been built like this, I don't know. Right there, we had an ejector pin mark, but was raised, so that had to be chiseled off. It still needs a little bit of sanding to completely smooth it, and for some reason, Kinetic thought it'd be great to stick those in there. They don't fit, so I Extra Thin them, pushed them in as hard as I could, and we're going to give those a sand now. They're dried after last night. I was up till 3 AM working on this, and it's now 2 in the afternoon, so 12 hours later it's dried. So they're going to need a little bit of filling, a little bit of work. They both like it, but why have raised ejector pin marks in prominent places? It's crazy, but that's the way it is. So like I say, other than that, I can't really fault the kit. It's going along quite well. I've had some hiccups starting it, but now we're underway. Hopefully we should be in primer pretty soon. So what I'll probably do is we'll come back just as it's ready for primer, so you can see it all, because it is multicoloured. The front's brown, this is dark grey, we've got light grey, so it's going to look like a Harlequin F16. So just before it's ready for primer, I'll do a video, and then we'll come back in that video and show it all primed up in the black. The other thing that arrived today as well is the colour set for it. I was struggling to find the colours, or ones I was happy with being a match. So I bought the MiG IAF, so Israeli Air Force Desert colours, which has the correct scheme in there that I want. If we go on this camera, we can see it. So they look like good colours to me. Hopefully they'll spray okay. MiG colours can be a little bit temperamental at times, but that arrived today, so we're all ready to rock and roll. The other build I got on the go at the minute is my MiG-21, which is no different than you'll see it in the news show, which hopefully they'll have up soon. So no point dragging that thing out to show it, but as that progresses, I'll do an update on either or as we go. So hopefully these will be quite regular. With them being shorter, they don't take as long to edit or send to Lee or for Lee to upload. So hopefully we can keep them regular, and I'll keep them going. So there you go. So thanks for watching, guys. The first At the Bench update. Hopefully Lee will do one. Be nice to see Lee do one as well. Even if it's not as regular as I do, it's just nice to see what people are working on. And there you go. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon, and I'll catch you next time.